Hello, everyone, and welcome to day 12 of 40 Days of Gratitude. My name is Jules, and I'm a grateful believer in Jesus, and I celebrate recovery from PTSD. And now I am on a journey to freedom and purpose so I can be rewired for joy. And I am taking you on this journey with me so we can learn together. How could we be rewired for joy? How could we be self actualized? Or, how we call it in spiritual terms, how can we be sanctified to be more like Christ? That's what this journey is all about. And I want to invite you on this journey with me. So, the last couple of days, I've been doing videos, really reflecting some of the people who have influenced me since I was young. And as I'm going through this journey, I'm starting to realize that it's getting a little bit more serious. It's not as lighthearted as it was in the beginning. I'm starting to see, wow, God's hand was really in my life. God really intentionally put people in my life to help me on this journey. And I can't say that I can't give credit just to myself for where I am. I give God the glory for where He has put me to this day. And so today I want to talk about the people who have really influenced my career to, especially music wise, because the this is my bread and butter. I'm full-time musician, right? That means I am either singing in church, I have piano students, or I'm performing. It's all related to music, all of it. And I have a couple of people to thank for that. And I want to go way back. Let's go back to primary school. I remember the Kasangas. There was a couple called the Kasangas, and they used to come to our school in Kilimani, and we used to have what we call the hymn, what do we call hymn practice, right? So they taught us the most beautiful songs. I remember, I think it was a Friday. They used to come on a Friday, and he had his guitar, and him and his wife would just teach us all these beautiful songs. And it was just a time for us to just sing and be in the presence of God, just worshiping and singing songs. For us, it was really fun. And I will never forget that. It had such an impact in my life at the time. I said, wow, I would love to do something like this when I grow up. Just have just go to school and just to sing and make music. I was like, this is beautiful. Actually, years later, I did record my album. I had an album that I recorded, but I didn't release it. And I recorded at the Kasanga Student Studios in Westlands back in 2006. I never released that album, but maybe I'll go back to studio again. But anyway, so the Kasangas, that couple really did influence me in an amazing way. And then later on, I remember Esther White. She was my standard three Sunday school teacher. She was into music, and she taught me a song that I will never forget. She taught me a song that says, "Love is the greatest gift of all." And she taught us Bible verses in music. So every Bible verse we learned, we put it into a song, and that had profound impact in my life. And the third person, and this one I think really was, I think, by far the most influential. I remember we uh, there was my brother's friend. And if you're watching this, Kafu, you know you yourself. You're the one who taught me piano. You taught me how to play the guitar. Anyway, so he was in Nairobi for the nationals. Like he was like a finalist in his category, and he was staying at our place. And I was really fascinated with the guitar and his voice. And I remember he taught me how to play a song and on it, and his voice and the piano, and just sitting there, I was completely mesmerized by the beauty of the voice and the guitar. I mean, just like right in front of me. And I said, I am going to learn how to play this instrument, and then I'm going to marry a guitarist. I'm going to marry a musician. That's how much impact that he had in my life. And I remember just it made such a huge impression on me that I was like, I'm going to become a musician. I mean, really, check this out. Years later, I went to teach at Braeside School in Nairobi, and I was telling him this story. I didn't know he was the one. I was telling him this story. I was like, man, there's this guy called Kafu. He taught me how to play. And then he said, by the way, are you Thomas's sister? I said, yes. But he's like, I'm Kafu. Can you imagine? I'm telling him this story I'm telling you right now, not knowing that he was the one. We were actually colleagues, and he was teaching at the school that I was teaching at. He was teaching voice, piano, guitar. I was teaching I don't think I was teaching guitar at the time. I was teaching piano at the time. And but what an amazing turnaround, of events just later, like years later, when I'm already an adult and working, and then finding the person who really influenced my career that much. So I think that's such an amazing story about how much influence we have on especially teenagers, because that's a time that they're really forming their identity, and meeting people who influence them is such a big deal. So anyway, I just wanted to share that today. Let's just call it my musical influences. And I know that there's more people who impacted me around that time, but those are the ones that really stand out the most. And so, well, that's the end of this video for today. And then tomorrow is going to be something new. And this journey has really been an amazing journey. And if you have come this far with me, I just want to continue to encourage you to support this channel, subscribe to this channel, and yeah, and because then there's more people who can find the benefit of doing their own gratitude journey. You never know. So I appreciate your support by subscribing to this channel. Anyway, so I always like to end with these affirmations that have impacted my life, and I hope and I want to pass them on to you. Hopefully that you can say them to yourself again. Is that you belong, that you are loved, that you are valuable, you are worthy, meaning you are worthy of forgiveness, and you are a child of God. You have freedom and purpose. You just need to take the first step and get into the calling that God has for you. And with that, God bless you, and we'll see you on the next one.